15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Perfect night for football at MetLife Stadium. Right, so the Cowboys won, and the Redskins won, and the Eagles won. All those young guys. Can Old Man River get it done tonight? Can Eli Manning and company beat the Cincinnati Bengals? But before that, we've got, come on, man.
More importantly than that.
Way more. Who's first?
You're looking at it.
Yeah.
Let's get it started. Here we go. Ravens hosting the Browns on Thursday night. First play from scrimmage, there is a whistle. Browns have to call a timeout.
First play?
First play from scrimmage, and here's why. 12 men on the field.
To start the game.
Then later in the first drive, Ravens punting. The Browns have 2 men back returning. Brian Bodie, Calhoun, and Joe Hayden get under and try to catch it at the same time. Look like 2 outfielders out there. And now you wonder why the Browns are 0-10. Man, come on, man.
Hawaii coach Nick Rolovich was so upset with his team. Down 42-3. He says, hey, if you're not going to sit down, if you're going to sit down on the field, I'm not going to let you sit down off the field. Off goes all the benches. Okay, Hawaii. Now, guys, what are you going to do down 42-3? I guess we'll just stand there. Except maybe I get a couple folding chairs from the basement and bring him up and say, hey, coach, I'm still sitting down on the field and off the field. Come on, man.
Oh, guys, check this out. Packers versus Titans. Now, the Titans are punting. Let's get that straight. The punt is muffed by Trevor Davis. There's a scramble for the ball. Valentino Blake for the Titans is saying, hey, look it's Packers ball. He's pointing the wrong direction. Hey, bro, the point of this is to convince the refs to go your direction. Eventually gets it figured out. Now, there's a lot of good things going on in Tennessee. One that is not going well is sense of direction. Come on, man.
Well, Trent, let's stay in Tennessee. Aaron Rodgers scrambles, and he runs into the end zone for a touchdown. He's hit late by Parrish Cox. The Packers don't like that. A scrum breaks out in the end zone. But check this out. Watching the background, there's a fan taking a selfie with the fight behind him.
Wait,
who is this dude?
That's Lisa Salter's friend.
But get out of the way. Put it on his story. Come on, man.
Well, look, fellas, man, the mannequin challenge has taken the country by storm. Look at us on the countdown show. Look at Trent Dilfer trying to get a stretch in. Joe Flacco throws a touchdown. He gets into the act. Even Antonio Brown after a score. Mannequin challenge. But guess what? Even billionaires get into the mannequin challenge. But why is everybody so nervous? Well, guess what? Somebody told Jerry Jones that they were going to have to fly commercial. Hey, Jerry Jones, don't worry about it. Wheels up, baby. Come on, man.
He panicked him.
He panicked.
He said, look, I can't go through that, Gertie.
There's no chance.
No chance. That's that private jet
Challenger.
Yeah.
All right, coming off an electric Sunday of games, right? And we have 2 teams tonight, both in the thick of the playoff race. So we're going to actually make picks because we're not all on the same page tonight. So let's start with you, Charles.
You know what? Very good friend of mine, Justin Tuck, tonight going in the Ring of Honor.
Ooh, I like that.
I couldn't choose against my main man, Justin Tuck. I got to go with the New York Giants.
I'm going to go Giants, too. This is a toss-up. This is a tough matchup. I think Eli Manning, home field, must win in the division because the other 3 division opponents won this week. I'm going Giants also.
Going with the Giants, simple as that.
I like Justin Tuck. I like Tom Coughlin. That's great. But I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals for 2 reasons. Geno Atkins against a banged-up offensive line of the New York Giants. And I do like A.J. Green. Just a matchup versus this cover 0 that Steve Spagnuolo likes to.
And the third reason you've dug yourself such a hole, you're trying
I like those matchups. But I tell you, I think like the Giants, they caught the wave at the end of the season. They like to do this. In playoff time, now they got the big push from behind him in the division. I like Eli Manning pedaling along, doing his job, getting better and better. I like the Giants at home tonight.
The Bengals have something that the Giants don't, right, Matt? They have a running game and a defense that has been put on notice. Not just players, coaches too. I like the Bengals.
There you go, Susie.
Boo, how about you guys?
There you go, Susie.
We never stood.
All right, Susie. Well, we're going to try and straighten things out. Warren, what do you think? You've looked at the game. What do you think tonight?
You know, I like the Giants because they're at home, and I like the fact that Eli Manning in that passing game with Odell Beckham and the rest of them, I don't think the Cincinnati Bengals can handle them in the back end. So I'm picking the Giants tonight.
You know, and I think the Giants also. I mean, they're the team that they can get, the Bengals can still get somewhere, but
they're a very
passing
talented
game
team.
came up the last time with the Giants against the Eagles. I think it's coming, so we're on the Giants. See, we think alike. Yeah. That's how rumors start, you know. Great to have you.
That rumor's been going around for a long time.
And I'm proud to be part of it.
So am I.
Great to see you. Hall of Fame quarterback Warren.
Thanks for having me
Thank
on,
you,
bro.
man.
Appreciate it.
It is certainly a super moon. Jim Plunkett, our legend, next week. Enjoy the Giants and Bengals. We will see you at halftime.
Welcome, everyone, to ESPN's Red Carpet Kickoff, engineered by GMC on a very pleasant mid-November night here in the New York City area. We're at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, for the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Giants. Hi, everybody, and welcome. Sean McDonough along with John Gruden. Delighted to have you with us as we wrap up what's been a very exciting Week 10 of this National Football League season. Important game for these two teams tonight with an eye toward the playoffs. They're starting their second halves of the season. The New York Giants in good shape at 5-3 right now, Coach, and that's surprising given the fact that the offense has not been what we typically expect, led by Eli Manning with a great receiver in Odell Beckham. 20 points per game. 25th in the league. It's been the defense that's really been carrying most of the load.
Indeed, it's been the defense that has fueled this 3-game winning streak, and they're led by second-year safety man Landon Collins. He's the only guy in football to lead his team in tackles, sacks, and interceptions. He's fun to watch. And cornerback Janoris Jenkins, he has been really good in coverage. He's brought a swagger to this Giant secondary, and he allows defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo to call any coverage he wants. They're much improved in the secondary.
Giants trying to get back in the playoffs after 4 years out. Meanwhile, the Cincinnati Bengals, one of only 4 teams to have been in the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons. Right now, just 3-4-1. That's hard to figure given a lot of the talent that's been in the playoffs the last 5 years is still here, especially on offense.
I really like this offense. Andy Dalton is playing extremely well. You can call any play you want with Dalton. A.J. Green is having another monster season. They welcome the return of Pro Bowl tight end Tyler Eifert. If they need to win a shootout, this crowd can do it. But it's their defense that has to play better. Too many missed tackles, too many penalties. I think you're going to see changes in the lineup, changes in the play calling, and I'll be surprised if the play on the field doesn't change for the better as well.
You know, the Bengals coming off their bye week, they've had time to make some changes. The headliners tonight, not far from Broadway, the 2 very talented wide receivers in Green and Beckham. With more on them, down to the field we go. Here's Lisa Salters.
Well, Sean, you're right. They are 2 of the best in the league, and their personalities could not be any more different. A.J. Green, of course, is the quiet, unassuming type whose game speaks volumes. Green is averaging a league-leading 112 receiving yards a game, and since 2011, he has 37 catches of 40 yards or more, but don't expect him to run his mouth once he burns the deep. He said, I don't get into all that talking. It's boring, I know, but it's just the way I am. And then there's Odell Beckham Jr., who wears his emotions on his pads and is now on a roll, scoring 5 touchdowns in the Giants' last 4 games. Beckham told me he did have to get a grip on himself after letting his emotions get the best of him earlier in the season, but he said, as long as the ball keeps coming my way, I'll be good. Sean?
All right, Lisa, these 2 talented wide receivers, the subject of tonight's Gillette Game Notes. Both chasing milestones. Green needs 104 receiving yards to join Randy Moss as the only 2 players in NFL history with 6 straight 1,000-yard seasons to start a career. And if Beckham comes up with 69 yards receiving tonight, he'll reach 3,500 for his career in just 36 games, and he'd be the fastest to reach 3,500 career yards in NFL history. Lance Allworth did it in 37 games. Across the Hudson River, the Empire State Building lit up in the big blue of the New York Giants. No other night is Monday night. Halfway through the regular season, Marvin Lewis and the Cincinnati Bengals arrive at MetLife Stadium at 3-4-1, a disappointing first 8 games. But they're right there on the heels of the Baltimore Ravens atop the AFC North. A win tonight, they'll be only a half game back as the Bengals try to make the playoffs for the 6th year in a row. We spoke with Marvin Lewis last night. He told his team during their bye week, it's not about what anybody else does. The standings are tight, both in the division and with an eye toward the wild card. We need to take care of our own business. That starts with a win tonight against the New York Giants. How do they do it?
I think it starts with their defense, Sean. They've got some matchups they have to win. Pro Bowl players against unknown players. Pro Bowler Geno Atkins gets Brett Jones, a converted center playing guard out of the Canadian League. He's got to win that. And Carlos Dunlap at defensive end, he gets right tackle Bobby Hart, who's a former 7th-round draft choice. Dunlap has to take this game over. And most importantly, they got to control Odell Beckham Jr. And the Bengals have to deal with Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown twice a year. So they've had practice shut down great players. But it starts at left guard. Geno Atkins, wake up and dominate this game. You have a matchup you got to win. And Carlos Dunlap, you got to win at right tackle against Bobby Hart. Keep an eye on that tonight. And they must disguise coverages and keep an eye on Odell Beckham all night. Keep help over the top. Do not let Odell Beckham make big plays and ruin this game. And most importantly, Cincinnati's got to tackle better, Sean. Most of the yards that has been accumulated against the Bengals is because of over pursuit and missed tackles. The Bengals are a very good defensive team. They have to win these marquee matchups. They got to control Odell Beckham Jr., and they must tackle better.
Now let's join Giants public address announcer Gordon Deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please rise and remove your hats. Tonight, we welcome some of our season ticket holders who are unfurling our flag. The Port Authority Police Department Honor Guard is presenting our colors. Please remain standing and join the cast of the hit Broadway show Matilda as they sing our national anthem. The cast of Matilda.
You've been watching ESPN's Red Carpet Kickoff, engineered by GMC in their lineup of Denali vehicles.